your first grand final. We want to talk about each of the grand finals you've been in and what's the first thing that comes to your mind. Starting with 2013 against Manly, what's the story? What comes to mind when you think of that win?
A couple of things. I think about Manly. We played them 4 times in that year, I think 5 with a trial, and we won each game, but they were a wonderful team. Like, they had so much footy in their team. They were, they had a great coach in Des. They had a really open style of play, and, with Jamie Lyon and the Stewart brothers and Watmow, and they were playing a really, they played such a tough and expansive style of footy. And then we were down 18-8. It got to that, it was uncomfortable. 18-8 can feel, 10 points can feel like 20 points in a grand final. And we actually, the thing that I remember there is we actually just went really basic for 10 minutes, but in a Roosters style of footy. And we spent 10 minutes trying to, on an arm wrestle. Our arm was almost on the floor, and we just started to get it back to a neutral position over 10 minutes. We weren't like, let's play a trick play or let's try and do that. We had time. So I remember that was really key in that game.
Yeah. The fact that you'd beaten them all through that year give you the confidence at halftime that you could salvage the premiership?
Well, that was the thing. We were up 8-6 at halftime, and then we went 18-8 down after, I think it was around the 50th.
So even harder.
Yeah. And so that was the thing about turning it around in that time, and it was, a short pass, I think, Sammy to Sonny, an offload from Sonny to Jimmy, and then it was just some small plays that just started to get it, but there was a grind through that.
Then on to the 2018 premiership against the Melbourne Storm.
Yep.
Obviously, a lot of new faces played a big part in that year, but
yeah.
what comes to mind when you think of that game?
Yeah, I mean, Cooper made it about himself that week, so that was, some fake injury that he had. But 2 things for me, I think the clarity that we had in that week, everybody, it was a real team performance, right from staff to players, about how we were going to handle the week, and there was a real clarity throughout that whole week. We knew how we were going to play, and then we had to wait for Cooper, and then just I don't know if we'll ever see it again, like what someone went through to actually play 45 minutes with, a broken scapula, and then to even contemplate going through it. But when you surround yourself with guys like that, you end up getting a calmness about it as well, about the way that he deals with it. And then we came out and we nailed our role. We just executed our plan clearly. And it was clear from Monday morning right through to the Sunday afternoon. Even though it felt like there was a lot of chaos surrounding it and a lot of secrecy and all of that, we were really clear the whole week. We just didn't know whether we were going to slot Cooper in or not.
You make it sound like it would be calm, but he was so key, and it's such a famous moment to reflect on that he was able to do it.
To live through that week and watch men act a certain way in that week was just special to be a part of, and to see what people do under pressure.
So then you're back there again, only the following year, and there was all the back-to-back talk, as there is every single time a team tries to achieve it. You do that. Yeah. What comes to mind when you think of the fact that you managed to achieve something that not many have done before?
Yeah, I think it goes back to the whole year's work, because there's the physical bit to get over to win back-to-back, and then there's the psychological barrier that had to be broken. And we had to break it before we even did it, so it didn't come into play when it came into that week. We were really clear. We'd planned all year to work towards that week. And then that, like, a really, really tough game. It was tough. And then Cooper gets sent to the bin. That was a really key moment. Cooper gets sent to the bin. We end up making a change with Jake Friend comes on, I think a couple of minutes into that sin binning, and then we just dig in. And it was some of the most special moments, is how hard guys worked and were really calm again. Like, we were on our try line 8-all for such a long period of time, but guys weren't in a rush. They were going to do what it takes, 12 men down to 12 men, and then when it came back to 13 on 13, we just, again, it was a bit like 13. We just went through the simple processes. Short pass, I think, from Siwa to Rads, or Rads to Siwa. That sort of broke open that yardage. And then a Boyd Cordner carry, short side to Keary, to Trell with a beautiful flick to Toops, and then back to Teddy, you know. So, but it was all based on just get your work done, do your work calmly until you get a slice of an opportunity.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that were the sort of memories.
The best. 3 grand finals, so different, but such great stories to come out of them.